We'll put a moving blanket down, then we'll pull the interior pieces, and then we'll hang up the tarp.
I've been up at OK 4-wheel drive all week, and today we're gonna cut the roof of a Grenadier.
All right, so we've pulled the rear seat, we've pulled the Buzz storage system that we've had in here, and we're gonna start pulling the side plastics in preparation to pull out the headliner.
What's really cool is their door seal for the rear door is all one continuous piece, which is really nice. So what we have to do is, actually it's sealed right here, but we have to take off the door hinge, the gas strut, so we can get the door seal out, and then we'll put this back onto the door and just freely swing and destroy the rear taillight on the passenger side.
Okay.
And then we're gonna work our way down to make sure we can remove as little plastic as possible, but the plastic up here has to come out so we can get to the headliner where it's connected.
Sam, tell me what the trick is to popping plastic off of an $80,000 vehicle.
I don't have a trick for you, honestly. You just got to be really, really careful. Otherwise, you're going to break clips and you're going to have a bad day. Okay, I think it's just holding up on those, actually.
And then just get behind this with your hand. Like that. Yeah, just put your fingers in deep, you can get that. Yeah.
So a roof conversion, think of it as a rooftop tent, but on steroids. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna have a pass-through sleeping area on the top of your Grenadier without having to go outside or use a ladder. But we're not just gonna throw the back seat back in this thing and call it done. We're gonna remove all the Buzz Overland that you saw in previous episodes and do a full custom interior. We're gonna be using products from both AP Factor and Buzz Overland.
I'm wondering if we got to pull the seats, but I guess maybe we'll adjust them all the way forward and find out.
We'll try.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to commit to this. I'm waiting for there to be more rules.
Yeah, this is like butyl that they use to hold the door seals in place. So we'll wipe all that off before we pull headliners, just because this stuff gets on your hand, gets on the headliner, and yeah, that's a bad day.
It's reserved, not meant, or I mean, it is reserved, so.
I don't want to have to explain. Hey, Rin. So I broke it. I doubt there's a lot of spare parts for a Grenadier right now. Yeah.
Oh, wow, man.
Just trying to be nice with it.
So we're removing this top electrical panel. We took off that front fascia piece, and then underneath that fascia there's two torque screws. So once you take those torque screws out, there's just clips kind of holding it in. So once we pop those clips, it'll kind of swing forward, hinge from the front, and then we should be able to pull the connectors from the back. I hope there's just one big one so we don't have to pull every single one, but we'll see.
That's not
Nice.
Oh gosh.
Probably what they're there for.
You probably didn't have to take that plate off at all then, huh?
No, you definitely did.
Yeah.
Yeah, these big boys are gonna be interesting.
All right.
Yeah, just trying to tame the mess while we're working on this so it's not scratching the dash up. We're just gonna kind of hang it on the mirror for now. Try not to block the GoPro's view, but just trying to be nice to it.
I'll grab some.
There's
Nice. Do we have snips out already or no?
What are you trying to do? Figure out how to pull this down without ruining anything?
without, yeah.
You're gonna be cutting a hole in it anyways, so
I just don't want to ruin the headliner.
I don't think it gets any bigger than ruined than that. Well, what are you supposed to be keeping for the headliner? What
The
gets
whole
kept?
thing.
The whole thing gets kept for the roof
Yeah,
conversion?
and then the headliner gets trimmed.
Maybe drill out the center of those things.
That's what I
Just
kinda
drill
was
them out
thinking.
and just...
So I was like,
The only other thing you could try if you had them would be those, like, I don't know if you've seen them. I don't
Those
have
pliers?
those squeezy pliers that, like,
yeah.
but then you're gonna.
But
have to,
and
No,
the front
there's no
ones,
s-
the front ones are kind of fun.
Yeah, you're not. You're...
You know,
You're gonna stain it. Yeah, not just...
drill 'em.
get a nice
Save
sharp.
your life.
That's where my
Buy
head was at.
a bag of 200 of these so we have them.
Like
Because those are going to be 80 cents each as opposed to $200 a segment for the headliner, if that.
Things I hate in life.
Nice.
Bye-bye.
They're not big enough.
Are you having problems with your gloves?
I'm gonna pull the headliner like this. With a 14 mil thickness. Just for oil checks. You ready, John?
Oh my God.
We are pulling the headliner out. I think we'll actually pull the front first, bring it out through the rear, and then pop this rear section out since they kind of overlap. But we ended up drilling out all the Christmas tree clips to preserve the headliner, and we tried removing them, but they weren't too happy. So, yeah.
Did you guys get your gloves on?
No.
Are you ready to go?
I'm like 75% of the way there.
So it's all documented. Rena's the only one without gloves, so there are already fingerprints. It's going to be from him.
Yep.
All right.
The gloves don't.
We're gonna cut that part, so it's fine.
The kid-sized gloves don't fit.
Oh, there you go. Oh,
Yeah.
get the gloves. To the
Take
background.
it. I'll take that from you.
Oh, there's something to the right and to the left of center. No.
Oh,
There we go.
It just does
clips.
Oh, baby. You're hitting the back. Alright, we'll go right back inside now.
How about a high five?
Did you get that spray?
That was pretty gross.
Oh, it like slapped the parts on the window.
Good thing you had sunglasses on.
The cut line is roughly inside of this cross member, inside of these side cross members, up to that forwardmost where you see those clips were. So this whole section will end up being our pass-through section in the Ineos.
Do you cut from the inside or cut from the outside?
We'll
or?
cut it. Yeah, we'll cut it from the outside. We'll end up drilling holes in all the corners, and then we'll use sheet metal shears to cut it without making a mess everywhere.
Okay.
And then after that, we'll cut the cross members out.
Let it go. Will it fly?
You should just tape a bunch of those to your arms.
yeah, you want to keep the oils out of your headliner. Yeah, it's real comfortable.
Oh my God, John.
Why? It's sealed.
Why?
You want to put a hole in it?
It's the roof conversion.
All in all, a fun day here at OK Four-Wheel Drive. The roof conversion's coming out real nice. The challenge was the headliner and taking the right steps and taking our time to make sure that we kind of preserve everything that needed to be reinstalled with the roof conversion.
All right, so today is the day we are gonna cut a big hole in the roof of our Grenadier, but before we get there, we have some wires to contend with, so Rin's gonna point those out.
Yeah, we're just kind of checking out this harness that kind of runs across where we're going to be cutting. The nice thing is the airbag harnesses actually run forward from the front. So this harness back here is only if you have the accessory ports on the outside. And those accessory ports could just be unplugged. So we're going to look at moving this harness back, and then we'll probably come up with just a plug and play harness in the long run where you can extend these without having to chop up any wires. Luckily, we're not having to deal with any airbag harnesses back here. Even the seat belts don't have the little crash sensors in them. They're just inertia sensors.
Yeah.
So we were able to actually remove the seat belts without having to unplug any OEM wires.
Right now, I am removing the pocket handles and power ports up top. Those are gonna get replaced with the roof conversion.
This is not an episode of Dexter, but tell me why we're putting all this plastic out.
Well, somebody might die if we screw this up, so. And we'll actually fully kind of seal off what we're doing here, and then lay carpet on top of that. But a little bit of prep, so we don't have to do a lot of cleanup. Cool. So 235 is 117.5. I am drilling corner holes to locate our cuts. So we're going to put a drill hole in each corner and then open those up to about 20 millimeters to get our tool in there.
Right on the money.
Basically, we're going to be following this lip all the way forward and run a chase right down that lip to keep it all square.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that'll help. Oh, that's great. All right, you guys hop out. Caprioli. You got it?
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
It's freaking awesome. That is a big hacking hole. We're gonna clean up these edges, just get hitting it first with an orbital center. We'll come in and file off anything else that's needed. We'll get it painted up with some zinc paint and we're ready to go. We sanded everything down, got everything cleaned up, hit it with some mineral spirits to get the tape residue off, and then wiped everything down again, and now we're cold galving. So cold galv paint is, like it says, like a galvanizing type coating, so it'll prevent it from rusting. It's not beautiful, but you're never gonna see this, so we're gonna go a little bit liberal with it and go about a ½ inch past and do 2 full coats all the way around to ensure the truck is never gonna have rust issues up here.
All right, so we're back on the Grenadier. Now I'm working on the new Buzz Overland rear storage setup that we're going with. Doing the base plate, you can see we're working on some Buzz Overland products up front. We'll get to those more as we get a little bit further in the build, but for now we're gonna get the rear looking like the back of a truck and keep on moving.
We're tightening down the Buzz Overland seat delete system and water tanks, which ties in under the factory seats. So these are prototype tanks. The tanks actually have internal baffles that you can see the welds going across so that you don't get sloshing. They're also sumped, and then they have pickups that are equal length and they go to the lowest point of the tanks. All together, I believe we're around 17 gallons of water, basically filling up this dead space void ahead of your batteries and behind the 2 front seats.
We are fitting some of these top plates to the Buzz seat delete, so we just need to kind of adjust these latches a little bit, but these will be tight in here, and then we got 2 more that'll drop in here.
So we designed this entire replacement internal bumper for the winch mount in-house, and from scratch pretty much designed it around needing a custom winch that come up made for us, and made sure that the fair lead, the internal bumper, all the stuff would match the same hardware location, so there's no drilling, no modification, no cutting that has to happen, and it all works perfectly. So you can put this right into your factory bumper, and you'll see we'll put the factory bumper pieces back on, so it'll literally look like it's coming from the factory, but you're getting a better winch, more winch line, and at a much better price. So it'll be a great option for people with a Grenadier.
So now we are going to put the headliners in, mark the headliners, cut the headliners, and that will allow us to start reassembling the plastics from the top down, and then we're ready to jump the roof on. We're going to go in about 1 inch from that and actually cut the headliner.
So the inside line is going to be our cut line. This outer line is parallel with the roof. So we just use the line of the roof to measure in 1 inch, and then we're going to cut along this.
All right.
So right now, Rin is just taking a hot knife to the edge of the headliner to get rid of the fraying. This way, it'll stop it from getting worse. All this is going to be covered with a filler plate, so you'll never seal this, but it's better to get rid of all the frayed ends and just melt it so it stops from fraying further. We took everything out when we did the cut on the roof, and now everything's ready to go back.
All right, so we just dropped the Silenus roof conversion on the Ineos. It's time to bolt it down with the side pockets and run it down the road and see what we got. So with the roof conversion in place, you can see where these brackets come in. There's fabricated pockets that emulate the factory ones that will actually bolt into the OEM locations and then bolt to the roof conversion. So it's actually secured the same way that you would secure the rooftop tent with the Alu-Cab load bar feet as well. There's no Sikaflex on this. It uses a combination of rubber seals, foam, and some butyl. So you don't have to actually glue it or deal with Sikaflex if you're not wanting to.
So we got our Grenadier winch mount, full winch mount installed and on OK's Grenadier here. And obviously this is our first production prototype, but we're pretty excited about it. It's all integrated, all hidden inside your factory bumper, which is just awesome. Obviously, some of the benefits over the factory winch is that you're going to get about over 60 feet of length in your line as opposed to 30 feet. You still have a 12,500 pound winch from Come Up, which is very easily to get spare parts for in the US. And the whole winch mount itself is all made out of 1/4-inch steel, all made in the US. The Fairlead is made right here in the US out of a full 7-pound block of billet aluminum. And we just made sure that we made it the best we possibly could for such an awesome vehicle. So pretty excited about it. You get to see more of it at Expo, and just stay tuned at OK 4-Wheel Drive and GP for more information on it.
All right, so the moment is here. The new roof conversion for the Ineos Grenadier, the Alu-Cab Silenus, is finally installed. If you follow me to the back of the truck, never mind the painter's tape. We still have some sealant curing, so we're not going to take that off just yet. But as you can see, we keep the Grenadier pull handles that are on the side of the roof. That's a nice touch that Alu-Cab took into consideration to keep it looking like a Grenadier. At the back, we'll start with the door and we'll work our way in. You can see that we have GP factors, tailgate table here. This has the cubby installed. You just tap it and you have a light. It's super nice. And then you can see we have Buzz Overland's prototype floor. This is a flat floor that goes all the way to the front seat. So you're going to delete your rear seats. You still have access to all of your batteries and electronics. We'll get more into that at Overland Expo, but for now we're going to climb on in and show you everything that's going on inside the Ineos Grenadier. All right, so let's check out the sleeping area. Keep in mind, this is a prototype, so that's why you don't see a headliner yet, but come production, there's gonna be a headliner. You can see that I have the rear hatch up. You don't need this down in order to sleep. There's plenty of room forward, but if you need more space, you just drop this hatch after you climb up, and you have tons of sleeping space for 2 people. We have 3 portions of the sleeping area. There's the part that goes over the driver's seats, the main sleeping area, and then the hatch that we have open right now. A nice touch in here as well is you can see that there's charging ports over here. You just turn them on, turn them off. There's a USB-C as well as your standard USB, and you're gonna find that on both sides. So both people that are up here can charge their devices at the same time. When you don't need the sleeping area, and you wanna like work downstairs, if you're cooking or just getting ready for the day, you can push that out of the way, and then you have all of this floor space to deal with. So there may be some questions about what it looks like after you cut the roof and you put this sleeping area on. There's this nice trim piece that goes all the way around the entire roof conversion that covers up where the cut marks are. All right, so that's gonna be a wrap on the install of the prototype Silenus roof conversion for the Ineos Grenadier from Alu-Cab. If you like this video, consider subscribing. If you have any questions about the install, leave them in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next video.